Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. For those new here, I'm Cass, and this is my Vizsla Willa. Over the past few years, we've experienced various living situations, from a townhouse to an RV, a house in the suburbs, and now back to apartment living. Luckily, Willa is very easy to move and gets comfortable easily. In this video, I want to cover all the things that have stood out to me as the major differences your dog might experience between living in an apartment versus a house. Most of these are my experience, but of course I did a little bit of research on Reddit and blogs to see what others think on this topic. Before we dive in, if you enjoy watching Willa videos and you find value in the content that I'm making, please take a second to subscribe and give this video a like. It really helps support the channel. As some of you may know, we moved quite a bit over the last 3 years with Willa. Our journey has been fueled by a desire to travel together as a family, and now to find a perfect home. But as I'm sure many of you can relate to, the housing market has been tough. During our time in the suburbs, Willa loved having a backyard, daily hikes just steps away, and most of all, being surrounded by more family to love on her. I cherished watching the bond grow between Willa and our loved ones, drawn in by her sweet eyes and gentle personality. Now, as we transition back into apartment life in the city, we're adjusting to a whole new rhythm and set of challenges. All right, let's dive in. Potty breaks. The immediate potty. Ask and you shall receive. In a house, potty breaks are straightforward. Willa would signal at the door, and I'd let her out into the backyard. Quick and easy, especially in the rainy season. You could be in pajamas, you would be in sandals, you'd stand by the door and you'd open it and let her back in. Apartment living, however, requires a lot more preparation. You have to put on your shoes, jacket, get the leash, make sure you look normal before walking out the door and finally navigating to a suitable and grassy spot. The added effort can be particularly challenging during extreme weather conditions or when feeling unwell. As one dog owner shared on Reddit, having to bundle up and trek outside during the flu was a bit miserable, though at least it did encourage some movement. Exercise and stimulation. There is a common misconception that high-energy dogs cannot thrive in apartments. I've even seen comments like this in our comment section, but our experience suggests otherwise. Willa gets just as much exercise now in an apartment that she did in the house. It's up to the owner, not where you live. Without a backyard, I'm more intentional about Willa's exercise routines. Morning runs, off-leash fetch sessions, and regular visits to dog-friendly parks and beaches. Honestly, I'd argue that apartment dogs receive more exercise than their counterparts with yards, as owners are compelled to engage in more structured activities. I've found that backyard dogs are just let out for their potty and maybe get a few 15-minute walks around the block, while in comparison, I run 5K in the morning with Willa every morning, we play off-leash fetch every day, and we go on lots of hikes and go to dog beaches on the weekends. Whether we're in a house or an apartment, our daily activities have been the same. Dogs mostly just sleep at home or chew on their toys anyways if they get enough exercise and stimulation. If you want to get a dog who needs a lot of exercise but you live in an apartment, don't let it discourage you. If you're actively working your dog and giving them the proper time and attention that they need, you'll be fine. Environmental factors. Living in a suburban neighborhood, our walks were often serene. Minimal litter and distractions, walking around a clean, well-taken care of neighborhood is such a dream for dog owners. You can actually enjoy the walk and relax. In contrast, living in an apartment that has regular foot traffic for shops, bars, businesses, bus routes naturally come with more litter. While I'm walking Willa, I'm constantly watching what is in front of her while she sniffs away. There could even be glass or food on the ground, so it's important to be on high alert. It's not quite the relaxing hikes that we were used to for the last year, but it is essential to be attentive to your dog's surroundings and to ensure their safety, whether you're in the burbs or in the city. Noise sensitivity. The auditory environment differs significantly between houses and apartments. Depending on where your apartment or house is located, this one could be the same, but from our experiences, living in a home is generally much more quiet than living in an apartment. Apartment living, especially in bustling areas, exposes a dog to a myriad of sounds. traffic, sirens, and urban commotion, we do think that the constant hum of outside noises affects her senses. She generally gets used to the louder, unexpected noises, but this constant exposure can desensitize some dogs, while others might find it very overwhelming. It's crucial to observe and support your dog's adjustment to these stimuli. If you have an overly sensitive dog that has reactions to different lights, sounds, and sometimes fireworks from living in the city versus the suburbs, this might affect your decision on where to live. While living in a home tucked away into a quiet and safe neighborhood, we rarely heard outside noises, but when we did, Willa would alert us to any unusual noises, showcasing her natural watchdog instincts. There were teenagers on our street at 1 a.m. and we woke to Willa barking, her deep, scary bark. It scared the crap out of me because she's never done that before. With the house always being quiet, we believe that it heightened Willa's senses to the sounds that she deemed needed our knowledge and attention, which is an incredible skill if you think about it. Wildlife encounters. In the city, the most wildlife you're going to see is a mouse, which we have seen a couple times. But anyone listening who is actually from BC knows that bears move around freely from backyard to backyard to get to forest parks scattered around the North Shore. We've seen so many bears in the backyard, and luckily we had Willa who alerted us to the bears. We also saw a bear in a tree on our regular hiking spot, and this one was crazy because Willa was being so weird, pulling the leash very hard in the opposite direction. So once I realized that something was off, I started scanning around and saw a bear up in a tree. So my boyfriend let us get a head start as we slowly backed away and then ran. We also saw a raccoon a couple times just walking right by the front door. Willa stood at the door barking at him till he left. And then for my friends in Edmonton, I know that coyotes are a huge problem there, whether you're on a walk or even at home. So just remember, if your dog is on high alert, you should be too. Pay attention to their body language. Protection of the house. Vizslas are natural watchdogs. They don't protect you in a fight like a Rottweiler or a Doberman, but you will know that something's coming before you hear it yourself. One of my favorite things about living in a house was watching Willa naturally fall into the role of protector of the house. Well, she chose that role for herself. Anytime anything unfamiliar stirred around the house, Willa would warning bark and point her nose to where we should be looking. It was sweet and impressive to see that side of her, wanting to keep us all safe. Apartment living, with its constant foot traffic and neighboring noises, can either heighten a dog's alertness or lead them to become accustomed to the hustle and bustle. Training and reassurance play a key role in helping your dog adapt appropriately. One of the benefits is Willa doesn't bark other than a warning bark, so she's super quiet in an apartment. Whether living in a house or an apartment, the key to a happy and healthy dog lies in the owner's commitment to meeting their pet's needs. Both settings offer unique advantages and challenges. By understanding and adapting to these differences, you can ensure a fulfilling life for your pup, regardless of your living situation. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of house versus apartment living with a dog. We'd love to hear about your experiences and any tips you might have. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into life with Willa. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.